Hello everyone, Obviously 2003 here. Before we get to our discussion with Nope, I just also wanted to provide a friendly reminder that our dearest friend Esp is going through some financial hardship right now with the responsibility of taking care of his mom. He has set up a GoFundMe. Any and all contributions to his GoFundMe would greatly help him out dramatically. And just want us to know that he's not alone. We are here for him, and we wish him and his family the best. And I will post the link in the description of this video. And again, S, we're here for you. And if anyone listening can help out S, that would be a big help for him and his family. Thank you, everyone.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Long live the king. You killed him. No. I am your father.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too. Ah!
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a movie corner of Odds and Ends Gaming movie review. We're a hodgepodge of things right now. Anyway, it's me, Nickolas Zombie. You missed my voice, right? Right? Give me some validation, please. I desperately crave it. Anyway, also joining me
I don't
today.
even know who you are. I don't even know who you are.
This is my fucking persona on this channel, and Michael Coffey knows who I am, right, Michael? I'm pointing at my TV like you're there. Anyway, I'm joined today by Obsolete 2003
Yo.
and Augie El. I don't know how you say froggy in Spanish. Augie the Froggy.
Hey,
And what are we here to do?
I don't know. CB time gameplay.
Are we playing Valhalla or whatever? Or Tribes of Midgard?
Tribes of Midgard.
Actually, kind of down. It's a fun game. Well, anyway, we're talking about Nope.
Yes.
We all saw Nope.
That's a good one.
Nope.
Look. All right, Obs, you like Nope?
Yes, so I think we'll see that for the end. But yes, so we all saw it. Just came out this past, I guess, what, Thursday, Wednesday, one of those days. This past week. It came out this past week, and we all had the chance to see it at one point or another this weekend.
Has it been all over your guys' YouTube feed? Like, is it
Not
like a big?
really. I kind of had to search it out.
Really? Okay, so
Yeah.
like, I'm not sure if it's just on my thing or is it like, does anybody know how successful it is or if it's like making bank?
From what I saw, I haven't read the articles, but from the headlines I've been seeing that it's already made like $44 million this weekend.
Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a success.
Yeah, I don't know how much it costs to make it. I haven't had a chance to ask Google yet, but yeah, they're saying it in the headlines like it's a good thing that it's like the movie already made $44 million.
Yeah, because when we saw it, there wasn't hardly anybody in there.
It was opening. It was Thursday night opening. Well, it was opening though, so yeah.
But it was RPX though too, so
it was world famous RPX. So.
Yeah, RPX. Whoop, whoop.
I don't know what that. I thought the seats were going to shake and they didn't, and I was sorely disappointed.
Yeah, the seats were pretty shitty. They weren't even recliner seats.
They're like old ass seats. Like Regal has not upgraded their seats at all.
No,
I don't give a fuck. There's like an RPX stitched into the old seat.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, like that's the biggest thing. It's like someone hand stitched it in there or something.
All right, but yeah, I don't know. I wasn't impressed with like the. I don't think it was necessarily like needed to be seen on RPX. It wasn't no.
I enjoyed the shots of the alien. Is this spoilers?
What? There's an alien?
In the Alien movie?
What? Get out of here.
Was there really aliens in this?
Oh, yeah, that's actually could kind of be debated.
Yeah, I guess we should just start from the beginning.
In the beginning, Jordan Peele joined the cast of Mad TV.
Hey, that's gonna come up later. All right.
All right. Anyway, quick rundown before we get into the deep discussion or spoilers. Augie, you liked it, right? Or did you not?
I I would say I liked it more than I liked his other two movies.
That's
I didn't
I
much like Us, and Get Out was meh.
see. I'm Get Us was meant for me, and Get Out was great, but
So yes,
I also liked it.
of his three movies, I would say I liked it the best of his three movies, or I would watch it again. I wouldn't watch his other two movies again.
Okay. Well, all right. Solid opinion. Oms.
Yes, I enjoyed the movie. I wouldn't mind rewatching it again, but yeah, it was interesting. It's kind of slow draw at first, but I guess it had a pretty huge payout at the end. But I enjoyed it.
I also enjoyed this film,
Nice.
and yeah, I kind of heard the things about it being slow, but I don't know. I thought it didn't feel extremely slow to me. It didn't
Well,
feel as long as it was.
according to the trailer, do you think the trailer did an accurate job of um conveying what like the movie? I guess an accurate job.
It
Oh,
did a I don't know if it did a completely accurate job, but also I don't know if I wanted it to do a completely accurate job.
I I believe it wasn't misleading because sometimes trailers can do that. Um,
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It
I
and
wasn't
believe
misleading.
I felt it was misleading. I don't know. Whoever watches this can leave their opinion or not, but not that I give a shit. Like I'm just curious because like I mentioned to maybe both of you or one of you, I don't know which. Like Mother and It Comes at Night were movies that got I guess shit upon because their trailers seemed to be more misleading or they made it seem like it was more I don't know, more scary or more action packed than it
yeah,
was.
I feel like and I'm kind of taking it from a review I saw, so I'm sorry, but it was like it in the sense of the trailer, like all the stuff they showed, most of it did happen, but it also happened at the end and also like really
Yeah.
ramped up. So it wasn't like It Comes at Night where like
the
the monster scene
yeah
was
the
a dream
scariest movie you'll
sequence.
ever see.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like this is what's gonna happen, and it turns out it was a dream 10 minutes into the movie. So it wasn't misleading
Well,
in that sense.
I don't know. I feel more so like the exact opposite because there's a potential that we might do a thing on It Comes at Night, and then I rewatched the trailer maybe a couple of weeks ago, and it felt like it wasn't misleading to me as much as this one was. Not that this one was misleading, not that it matters much, but like this one was slow going for a lot of the ways, and not I don't mind that, but like it's just to me, I guess I'm bitching about it because I think people get certain passes on shit. Like Jordan Peele's like he's the golden boy right now, and he's just like everybody. I don't know. I'll get into it more later, but I'm thinking he's getting a pass on this. To me, it seemed more misleading than It Comes at Night trailer.
I have to
I didn't get
disagree.
that. Yeah, I didn't get that really.
Well, I
But
did.
that's your opinion, and you're entitled to it.
Yes, because I mean the kind of like the very high flyover of the movie is basically is a family brother sister where they have a horse ranch and they start seeing a UFO, I guess. They see something in the sky, they're not quite sure what it is, and end up leading to a UFO, and they're basically trying to capture it on film.
I didn't get that from the trailer. I mean, you just like they didn't. The storyline of trying to capture it, I don't think was conveyed into the.
Oh, that no. I'm just saying that that's just a kind of a very high flyover of the movie itself. We're not trying to like say that's what we got from the trailer.
What do you think the trailer? Both of you conveyed that it was going to be a horror movie.
Yes,
Do you felt
I'll give
Hobbs?
this was not a horror movie. It's a thriller with
So
Um,
horror
Hobbs, did
aspects.
the trailer make it feel to you like it might?
it felt horror elements because especially they never really show I think what it was. Maybe I have to watch the trailer again, but I'm not sure if they actually showed what it was. But
In the
then,
trailer, you do see the ship very
okay,
low. In one of the trailers, you see like way too much. In early trailers, you didn't see a lot.
hmm
I think the last one, you see like the ship chasing them down,
yeah, because
or what
that's
you think of as a ship. I don't know how deep we are into spoilers, or if we have said spoilers yet.
we have not. But be warned, there might be spoilers ahead. But
Yeah,
um, I guess that's what's had the horror or thriller element was when, yeah, the sister is yelling him to like to run or go to like I think so, that's what she's saying run, and he's like on horseback. You can see he's in a very quick hurry because it seems like something's chasing him, something from the sky. So that's how I perceived it, a horror element. And at this point, I'm not sure if Augie's still here.
I think he is. I think he's just in awe of what we said. And we've just changed his opinion so much that he is now rendered speechless. Oh, if that's true, say nothing. That's all you need to say.
And he just left.
Right? Exactly.
It's
That's
like
how
I'm done. I'm done with this conversation.
they know so much more about cinema than I will ever.
All
Yes.
right, I kind of lost you guys through there.
Are you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Anyway,
did you hear anything?
No. So yeah, I don't know. However you want to do that, but just my connection is pretty shitty.
Yeah.
okay. Basically, you said it had horror elements.
Yes. Um,
If actually, you know, what, you want to listen to the podcast. If you want to catch what he said, give us that view.
all right, I will.
All
I'm
right.
I'm anticipating. I'm in suspense on what he said about it, and
Yeah.
I'll tune in later.
You'll really enjoy my part on that part.
I
Anywho,
prob-
um, let's just go ahead and like get into like the discussion, the meat of it. Let's go break down the movie as it went. Um, we start off with a monkey scene.
well, before that,
That's exactly where we start off.
no, because it kind of gives away that thing at the beginning. I guess it was a Bible verse or some type
Oh,
of
there is a Bible verse. Yeah, you're right.
because which kind of tells you what's going to happen or kind of is thematic to like what happens in the movie, I guess.
Yeah.
And right now, Nicholas is looking it up so he can add it to
It's
this
something about spectacle.
spectacle. That's the word. That's the key word or the magical word
That
or
was the key word.
the
That's why I
buzzword.
remembered.
Spectacle and filth or something like that.
Yeah, I'll make you so filthy it become a spectacle or something like that. I'm
Yeah.
not up on my biblical sayings.
Yeah, and to everything there is a season, a time for murder, a time for joy, a time for war, a time for peace. To everything there is a season.
It was beautiful.
That was Forrest Gump, was it? Turn, turn, turn. Ecclesiastes. I think that's Obbs's favorite verse from the New Testament.
But he has a
Is that
tattooed on his back,
yeah? I'm
just like Thor.
Obbs.
Yo.
Is that your favorite Bible verse? The Ecclesiastes. The time. I I've got the Corinthians tattooed all over my back. Anyway, whatever. It started off with
Monkey. Let's get
monkey.
to the monkey. We did Bible verse and we got into monkeys murdering someone, or so it looks like.
Yes. Monkey very covered in blood.
Apparently, people have issues with the monkey. People are thinking that has nothing to do with it. It was just kind of out of nowhere when it kind of has everything to do with it.
I wish they would have done more with it. It was
Yeah,
a lot. It was a lot more interesting than a lot of some of the other stuff. Like that was. It started off good. I was more interested and invested in the first 2/3 of this movie than the last third. But I can't remember how much. How do they start it off? Do they just show a little bit and then they come
They
back
show a
to it?
little bit. The monkey's sitting there, and you just kind of see him through the sitting there. And you see legs and blood, and he's covered in blood, and he like kicks at the foot, and that's about it. And then it cuts to the action movie.
Yeah.
And we return to the monkey at least 2 more times.
Yes.
What? Hmm. Okay, yeah. Did they show him like eating anything, or like it's
He's
just
like,
real?
I don't know. I think he's licking his fingers.
Yeah, because it kind of shows him kind of pummeling the victim, and then he kind of eventually just sits down and he's covered in blood, and then he's just kind of like wiping the blood on himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good start to the movie, and it was interesting. I'll
What's
say
his
that.
name's Gordy.
Yep. Did you say Jordy? Like
Gordy.
Jordan Peele?
Yeah, no, it's Gordy. Like Gordy Peel. His lesser known brother.
Hmm. Maybe that might be something there. Hmm. I don't know. So then what happens after that? We're introduced to who?
I saw this movie Thursday, man. Come on. You just saw this?
Oh, what's what the dad, I guess, the dad of the horse ranch.
Yeah,
It's
then we
not-
go
Yeah,
present
okay.
times.
Keith fucking David. Is
The
that
guy
where
from
we go?
Predator? Yeah.
Yeah, we go directly to Keith David. It's not the guy from Predator. I can't remember his name still.
But
But
I
yeah,
don't remember his name. Anyway, Keith David's there.
and it's present time.
It's I guess yeah, it is, but then we do a jump. But yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess, but present
present
year.
time, Keith David's on a horse.
And I'm sorry, you guys should look up the name of the actors. I don't know the name of the guy or the girl. I'm usually more prepared for this, but
The guy from Get Out.
yeah, the guy from Get Out is in it,
OJ.
and he's OJ, and his
That's
name is
his-
OJ, and he's the son of the
Keith David.
Keith David.
And Keith David dies
How does he die?
by a fucking quarter through his eye.
And how does that happen?
We don't know at this point.
It said supposedly it was like random debris from an airplane. Just like random
That's-
shit rained from the sky, keys, coins.
That was the story they were given.
Yes. And yeah, it was this random shit in the sky that basically, yeah, took him out, got him in the eye. I guess he was looking up and yeah.
Yeah, you hear things starting to fall. Keith David gets hit in the eye. You see the horse gets a fucking key in his ass.
Yeah, and these, I guess, I don't know, it should be mentioned. I don't know if it was mentioned, but their family, they do horses, right? They wrangle horses for the movies or whatever. They rent out horses to movies.
Yeah, they're animal wranglers, horses
Eh.
specifically.
The the dad was talking to the son OJ about hopefully they're going to get this sequel or they're going to get this big movie or whatever, get the horses. So they're going to contract them out to this big movie and then the sequel. And I guess he just had some big like hopes for that happening because I guess they're going to hopefully rent these horses out and it would bring him some bucks and likely the movie would have a sequel.
Yeah, because I think they kind of hinted around there that they're not doing too good money wise. They're struggling.
Yeah, and that'll be a thematic element too that runs through the movie. So yeah, the shit falls from the sky, and the OJ takes the dad to the hospital, and yeah, he got a nickel or something impaled into his head or his eyeball. His eyeball, right?
His
Yeah.
eyeball, yeah.
Mm. So yeah, and then he did not make it.
And we got 6 months later, and OJ is on a set with a horse, going poorly. We're just kind
Yeah.
of quiet. He's kind of there. He's not really comfortable. He's waiting for his sister, and then I just kept hearing her name. So for some reason, I know her name. Kiki Palmer shows up as the sister. I don't know her name in the movie, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's like the snake oil salesman.
Yeah, OJ isn't. He's just good with the animals. He's not too good at the business aspect or the
He was more of like a caretaker.
politics of it. Yeah, but they made it seem like it was the dad's job to do the negotiation or he was the person that would sell the horses or like
Yeah,
he would
the
he
front
would be the
man.
one that would yeah. And then the studio people were kind of disappointed that it was the dad wasn't there because he had died. But so then what happens with the horse on the set?
Eventually, when trying to get the horse to do something, they have this big mirror and they turn it into the horse, and the horse sees it and he fucking kicks someone in the face, or almost kicks someone in the face.
All right.
And
Well, what did the thing? I mean, like I can table it for later, but did that thing resemble anything to you guys? They don't have to answer it like right now, but like
yeah, it's an
specifically,
eye.
what did it resemble later on? Like, did it resemble anything later on to you in the movie?
Not that I can think of right now.
All right, well, I'll bring it up on that point. Obs, did it kind of look like anything later on that comes out in the movie to you?
Yes.
All right. So anyway, yeah, it's this like globe circle looking thing that's like a mirror eyeball looking thing, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the horse gets spooked and the actress gets all freaked out, and then they don't hire their OJ and his sister's horses for the show.
They get a CGI horse.
Yeah.
Do they?
They do. You see a big green horse thing, shaped looking thing come in.
Are you talking about the She-Hulk trailer?
No, that's a different thing. That's our San Diego Comic-Con breakdown we're doing later.
Okay.
But yeah, you see that big green horse thing come.
Yeah,
They
they're
get
just
rolled
kind of
in.
wheeling it in when they were walking them out.
All
Yeah.
right.
How'd you miss that?
I don't know. Probably had a handful of popcorn in my mouth, I guess.
That is true. You were eating my popcorn.
Yeah. Hey, Obs, do you eat your popcorn one at a time, or do you kind of handful?
Handful.
I was going one at a time. I was trying to enjoy that thing.
Handful like a fuck man. That's how men eat popcorn.
Wow. You know what happens when you do that? You just fucking drown all the popcorn out of your mouth. You're losing kernels.
I don't care. That's how I
You
like
know how
it.
much that thing costs? It's like $10.
Hey, free refills.
That's true.
So, anyway,
It's American excess right there. Anyway, fucking CGI horse. They leave. Him and the sister leave, and then they take the
Who?
horse to this dude ranch or something.
It was a theme park.
A theme park on a ranch.
located somewhat close to their own ranch, right?
Yep. It's
Yeah.
right next door
They're like neighbors.
in ranch terms.
And do you remember the name of this ranch that they stopped off before theirs? The theme park or the amusement park?
I can't remember the name right now.
It was called Jupiter's Landing.
Was it
The name of the
Jupiter or
ranch?
Juniper? It was
No,
thought it was-
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Oh, Jupiter. That's interesting.
Yes.
Quite ironic.
Ironic?
Erotic.
No, man.
But yeah, they stop off there. He goes to sell the horse since they didn't get the gig, and
'Cause
he,
they're on hard times. Money
hard times, Daddy.
Yep.
So anyway, they go to sell the horse, and they sell it to this guy who operates the ranch, who owns the ranch, who turns out to be an actor who was on the set of the intro with the monkey. He was the kid actor in that show, and it turns out he actually has a secret room in his office with a bunch of memorabilia from that show.
Yeah, so just to reiterate that was, I guess it was that show that they started at the beginning where we didn't have any frame of reference was just some, I guess, kids show that had a monkey on it, and now we're introduced to one of the surviving guys that was there when the tragedy occurred or whatever, and he happens to be the owner of the Juniper Jupiter's Landing. And like you said, like OJ and his sister uh, were gonna go talk to him. OJ was trying to negotiate because I guess they had sold a bunch of their horses when their dad died to um, the guy. He's an Asian guy. I'm sorry, I don't know what his name is, but
Steven Yeun.
Stephen Yoon.
Yeah,
They sold it. That was his actor name or his character name.
that's his actor. That's his actual name. I don't
And
remember what his character name was.
so OJ was
I think
trying
it
to get
was
the horse.
David. I'm just lying about that part. So.
I
Oh,
don't know. No what?
no, I was fucking around. OJ is trying to get the horse.
Yeah, we're trying to get the horses back. Some horses back that
Yeah,
they had
he was
sold.
trying to negotiate about buying horses back eventually.
And just a random.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Da 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 da. Wait, is he back?
I'm.
You're breaking up.
Maybe he's getting paid a visit.
Jeez. Oh man, it does turn off your electricity. Oh, this is actually pretty good.
Because that happened in the movie. That
It did
the
happen in the
stuff
movie.
wouldn't just die. It would kind of slow down and
Yeah, nothing dies. It's just like stops.
it's like everything's digital. It's like on or off,
Yeah.
but it's just like no,
Yeah, nothing. Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah,
slow.
yeah. Everything's on a record player for some reason. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue with the movie, and then when Augie gets back, we'll let him know where we were. So
Okay.
anyway, they're negotiating to try to go ahead and see about getting the horses back, but it turns out his sister's like looking around, like fucking around, like, oh look, you were in this. Oh, you were in this. What? You're the kid from this. And he's just like, hey, I'm trying to do business here. Can you just shut the fuck up? And then she comes upon his like Mad Magazine thing. Oh my God, I didn't even think about the Mad Magazine thing. What is that? Like a Mad TV thing? That could have been a thing. Damn it, I wish Augie was here. Anywho, come on his Mad Magazine thing about like his about the incident that happened with Bordy. And they find he like shows them his secret room with all this memorabilia that he rents out for people to visit and look at this museum and for people to stay the night if they want to.
Hey,
So all right, cool. I got to his weird museum. Also, while I was talking about that, I realized that she finds that on a Mad Magazine cover.
ooh,
Yeah, I just realized that. I was like, hey, that's like the thing he was
that's
talking
pretty
about.
interesting. You're right.
Yeah. Anywho, so yeah, he shows them off his the museum, and they're like, "Oh, that's pretty crazy." And then I can't remember exactly what happens after the museum part. I don't know if we get it. Do we get a flashback again or no?
I thought they were going to show the actual Saturday Night Live.
I know it's
That would have been badass if they would have got all those Saturday Night Live characters, Chris Kattan or whatever the fuck, to reenact
yeah,
that.
that would have been actually pretty cool.
It seemed like it
But
the way they were hyping it up.
yeah, I thought that would have been like, man.
Yeah, maybe that's gonna be a DVD extra that doesn't happen anymore. I miss
But
DVD extras.
yeah. Real quick, I was just gonna throw it out there, like I said before, I lost my connection. I I'm not too versed in the occult and stuff or the Illuminati type stuff.
Yeah.
But I know Jupiter is a big thing in that type of stuff. And I just really into Twin Peaks and Mark Frost and stuff. They do occult stuff in their shit, and Saturn is one of their things. And owls. So the place is Jupiter's Landing. He has one eye closed, the gunslinger guy.
Their
When
mascot.
they and then when they get to the office, the sister is standing next to a picture of an owl, like with some weird picture. Like, why would the picture of the owl be there? I know the owls are a big thing in Twin Peaks. I'm fucking obsessed with Twin Peaks. So there's a picture of an owl. I know it's like Bohemian Grove, Illuminati, whatever. And then I think even in their house, they have some little owl figurines here and there. So I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know how to connect it all, but I don't know. I'm just saying there
Like
might be
Trista.
some. Yep, electricity. I don't know. Twin Peaks. But yeah, so then they do the museum thing. What happens after the museum? Do you guys remember?
Well, the owner, he looked like he was in the flashback. Looked like they were gonna talk about it, but then he just like he does have a bit of a small flashback, I think. But then he's like, you guys just have to see it or something like that. Like, oh, okay, we'll look it up on YouTube, and from there, I think they just go back to the house, to their ranch.
All right, brother sister bonding type stuff, or the
Yeah,
sisters.
because she wants to hang out. It's like, oh, I'm here now. Let's have some fun. He's like, I got stuff to do, and yeah,
They decide to smoke weed together or something. The brother's all serious and they got work to do, but they're okay to take when they offer the weed. Then they're okay. Then they that's like their peace thing offering, and they start loosening up to each other.
yes, and that's pretty much kind of what they're doing. That they're just kind of listening to some music, and they're just kind of relaxing, unwinding, and
Yeah. And then Ghost gets out.
yeah, which is
For
one of
some
the
Okay.
reason,
horses.
one of the horses was left in like the horse trough or horse cage or whatever the fuck it is. And he spooked and he runs out. And then damn it, what's his name? Daniel Kalua?
I
I
don't
think that
know.
might
Just
be his
call him
name.
OJ. I
OJ.
just
Anyway, OJ. OJ goes to go find the horse because he got out, obviously. And sister stays back there. And when he's off going out into the darkness, imprisoning me, all he can see is absolute horror. That's not true. But anyway, he goes off and he sees
that's
lights.
pretty good. That was all right. I'll give you that. That's pretty good.
Thank you. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, he goes off and he sees lights off in the distance, and that's actually we find out later on where Jupiter's Landing Ranch is,
Yeah.
and he sees these big ass lights lit up, and then they all go out, and he's confused on why they go out, and then as they go out, the camera kind of goes up, and we see something in the clouds, like the first time we see something in the clouds.
Real quick, nothing too like important, but they had the names like how Clerks and Frasier would show those little lines, like it would be like whatever, whatever.
It felt very Quentin Tarantino to me.
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't know if Tarantino did it before. I mean, I'm not saying that Kevin
Yeah,
Smith or Tarantino would
I'm
have.
pretty sure he ripped off Frasier.
Oh, Frasier wasn't. Frasier would have been. I don't know. But anyways, no.
Yeah.
Clerks was definitely before Frasier, but I can't remember if Clerks was before Reservoir Dogs. Anyway,
I
do
don't
you
think
think
so.
that was? Do you think that was necessary? Like, 'cause it just said
Um,
like it said Ghost, and later on you see the horse Clover, and it like okay, like at least like with Reservoir Dogs, okay, like it was like okay, this is gonna be the chapter about Mr. Blonde, or this is gonna be the thing about. Like I thought it was just. I
just
didn't
there to
think
be
it.
there.
Yeah, it didn't seem. Or like yeah, like I was like oh shit, okay, this is gonna be some type of interesting story behind the horse Ghost or whatever, and it just
Yeah,
Ghost ran off.
I thought it was gonna be more like a flashback or something. But well, I mean, we got a little bit of that with Ghost. I think that was the only one we did. I don't know if that was with the title card though or not. I can't remember exactly because we do get a flashback where he talks about Ghost being territorial.
Okay.
So, but again, I can't remember exactly where that falls in. I didn't mind it. I liked it. I felt like it was well done. It might not have been necessary. I don't know if we would have lost anything with it not being there, but it was a decent transition.
I guess maybe it kind of broke down the different personalities of the different horses, because all the horses were kind of different.
I didn't pick up on that, but maybe
Yeah,
it
Lucky
didn't
was
see.
way more like cautious of a horse.
And how about Fucky? How was that horse? More
Fucky
Fucky.
was, yeah, he was more fucky of a horse.
Yeah, I think that one's for the DVD extras.
Yeah, but oh yeah, I don't know. It didn't really bother me. I thought it was okay.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to waste too much time on that, but the horse got out, and then
Yeah,
OJ
then we
went
see
after
some.
it.
Yeah, and we see something in the clouds. We do notice, like I said, the lights go out, so that's our first indication of kind of how this thing works with mix of electricity. Um, it does go over their house, and the music fucking fades out and dies, and everything like we said earlier with you, everything kind of warps and slows down instead of just like cutting off. I don't really know how that works, but whatever. And then uh, Ghost is Ghost taken at that point or no?
I don't honestly don't remember. It didn't. To me, it had no. Did it actually have any relevance to it? Like, is there anything that?
Well, it does set up the monster or
I
the
mean, but
threats.
whether it was Ghost or Clover or Fucky or Lucky or whatever, it doesn't really.
I think it was just naming the horse, so you know which horse is gone. Again, it wasn't not to the title. It doesn't really matter which horse it is. I'm just saying it's
Yeah,
just kind of
I
showing
guess
you.
the purpose of it was just to introduce the
Yeah,
fact that that's when OJ first notices the peculiar, like I guess the UFO or whatever it was going to be
yeah,
something weird in the sky or the light or the
Yeah,
electricity shit.
UAP.
yeah. UAP, which is a weird term.
OPP, are you down with me? Are you down with
Yeah,
OPP? You know me.
yeah, yeah. That.
All
But yeah,
right.
so we find out that it. I think yeah, it's first indication of what's happening. We don't know why those lights were on at night right there. We don't know why this thing is like turning off electricity, but it's just kind of like the first, sighting or yeah, he does see it. He's like he sees a bit of it and he's like, fuck, there's something in there, and like he rushes home to check on his sister.
Yeah, and then I guess that leads them to decide to buy surveillance equipment, right? Is
Yeah,
that the
because
next?
he pretty much like says like it's a fucking alien and we gotta fucking like I don't know why exactly he's like we gotta get camera footage of it. Either they
Because
don't really go over it.
yeah, he basically leads her to believe he saw a UFO, and she's freaking out because she knows for sure the brother and the ranch is in the hole because he's thinking about selling the ranch because there's this the amount of debt he inherited from their dead father. So she's thinking we need to get this on film so that way we can make the big bucks. We can make money, and this is our meal ticket out of here. Not necessarily out of here, but at least to be in the positive, not be in the red, not be in the negative. So that's what leads them to go to their local Best Buy or whatever name of the store is to get,
Fries.
I don't
It's
know.
it's called Fry's Electronics. Apparently, that's an actual store that used to be around.
Ah, so
But anyway,
Yeah,
so yeah, they go to Best Buy, try to buy all these cameras. They get the Best Buy guy to come set everything up, and he becomes an integral character for some reason.
yeah. I guess.
he was a believer.
Yeah, he was a believer, so he was like, "Yeah, I can monitor these things for you once he's all done. Like, I know what you guys are doing."
Okay, real quick too. So this is playing along like thematically to the money thing, right? Like the fact that they needed money,
Yeah,
and so that's why they're going to do this. They want
Yes.
to capture the. I'm a big guy because I eat a lot,
yeah.
but it didn't come out right. I was gonna say I'm big. I'm a big guy that's I was like I'm big into like stuff feeling organic in movies, and some of this didn't feel organic. Like they wanted the ends to justify the means, or they didn't do that well. Like I get that their point in doing this was so they can make money, or that for the characters' point to do this was to make money. But it didn't feel organic. It just feels like rushed, and it's like okay, I need to rush this to get to the deeper themes, but I'm not gonna make it feel real organic. I don't know. It just felt weird. Like all of a sudden, this brother's just they're all gonna be into the Oprah shot. I guess is what they kept calling it. We need the Oprah shot. We're
Well,
gonna
they're
spend.
obviously he sucks at the movie part. They're selling off horses. They're pretty desperate. And I guess the sister's already kind of showing how she's into all these different like businesses. So it does feel a little rushed, but also it kind of makes sense.
I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just an asshole, which I am.
Listen,
But
I get you hate Jordan Peele and everything he's done
I know.
since Key and Peele.
Hey, that's we'll get to that later.
Right. As long as you don't hate Keegan Michael Key, he's a saint.
Why does he not come out in his movies though?
I know, right? I don't know. Maybe they're not friends.
Jordan Peele's. I don't know. I guess. Oh, I don't know. I know, deviating too much, but I think he's getting too big of a pass.
Listen, I
he's
didn't
some-
like Us.
I know, but everybody talks about Us. Like usually, the thing is like Us is some fucking masterpiece movie.
Us is not. Get Out is.
Uh, Get Out was a disappointment. I mean, it was better than Us by far. I'm sorry.
All right, let's focus on fucking.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, it's too much.
All right. So then, anyway,
But yeah.
like you said, they get the Best Buy guy becomes a character because he believes in UFOs, X Files type stuff, and he helps them set up the equipment. And the OJ says, make sure it can point really high, because and the guy kind of picks up, oh, okay, yeah, you guys are trying to get UFOs,
Yeah.
and he offers to help them or whatever with their feed, and they say, no, we don't want you hacking into our feed. Just kindly leave us alone after you install the cameras. And that's it, right? Then he leaves after he installs the cameras, and then after that evening is when.
Yeah, that'll be the first night with the cameras. And they also the sister ends up getting a fake horse.
That's right.
Yeah, she gets that fake horse, that metal horse, and also the next door neighbor, who's the Asian guy who owns the ranch. He comes by for flyers, asking him to come see his show that he's made.
And it was
Okay.
it was
And
his metal horse that they stole.
And that was just kind of weird too. Like again, not really organic. The sister just comes back with that big old, probably couple 100-pound horse. Like I don't know.
yeah, I don't know how she got that horse,
Yeah.
but she got it, and it kind
Yes.
of becomes important later.
Yeah. So like
So anyway,
I don't know.
they set up
Stuff
the
like
horse.
that.
He loses the flyer. He invites him like yards away. But anyway,
Yeah.
so
And,
that's it.
I
So they
guess
hide.
because it's comedic because he says that he doesn't want to flat out have the boss accuse him of stealing his horse, his statue horse thing. So they joke that, oh yeah, this is ours. Oh, it kind of looks like mine. Where did you get yours? Or whatever. It's just kind of like a joke. Like
Yeah,
they were acting like they got it, and it wasn't his.
yeah.
So then what happens, obviously, because I don't remember.
Oh, so yeah,
Oh, you're
basically.
just like, hey, can we talk about Get Out's overrated?
um, so yeah, that's when they are trying to conduct their surveillance test, and something does come to where the telltale signs they start to lose power, and um, something's hovering around their decoy fake horse, and all the while they get a call from the tech guy. And he's like, something's happening. I'm watching your feed, even though he was told not to, but he's still able to. It's like, I'm watching your feed. And then one of the cameras went down, but one's still active. But there's like this giant, it looks like a giant praying mantis on the lens. So the one good camera that's running is obstructed and it's not able to capture the event that happens. But basically, something like this looks like a UFO comes, sweeps up the fake horse, which had like this long plastic um, tether to it.
It had
And
flags.
yes,
Wait. Okay, so like I might be misremembering, or I just kind of might have zonked out a little bit. Um. So that horse gets picked up that night. The horse that the sister stole got picked up that night.
Yeah, that was the decoy horse. They put it out there and put the cameras on it.
Okay, well then what happened with the when OJ, that was also the same night OJ had the barn encounter?
Yes.
Or, so
Yeah.
which happened first?
OJ sees something in the barn, or like one of the horses got out, and he goes to the barn to check it out, and that's when they
So
have the encounter.
did he get out?
Uh,
Oh, that's the end of the show, people. Not getting any
uh,
better than that. Hope you like us. Anyway,
uh,
hope you liked us. Eh?
yeah.
Okay.
No.
Anyway, so he
Nope.
sees the aliens in the barn, and that was pretty cool. I was like, sweet aliens, and then turns out to be fucking punk kids in masks, like it always is.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it was a fake out.
Yeah, it's a fake out. Don't know
and
who the fuck. It turns out to be the kids of that guy.
yeah, because they
But
said don't mess with the Jupiter Ranch. That's they.
Yeah,
I mean, they were probably like not even teens, tweens maybe, and they're
yeah.
like,
He punches one of them in the face.
that's
It
what I
was
was gonna
great.
say. This is another thing where it doesn't seem organic. Like I don't know, I'm just
When
being
he
a dick.
punched that one in the face.
No, that they conveniently the same night that this thing was gonna happen, they conveniently play a prank on OJ dressed
That's
like the aliens just to to
that's
make
how
things
movies happen.
shit can happen organically though.
That's
Like
what
this was a fucking long movie. It was not like an hour
it
and
was a
20
pretty
minutes.
long movie.
So they could I don't know. So then it's like, okay, then it's like, especially if it's gonna be like a fake out, it's like those fucking movies where they kill off a character and then it's a dream sequence or they don't really die and shit.
Yeah,
It's like, so this and like I don't know. I would argue that that was the scariest part of the movie occurs.
it was pretty scary.
I mean, if you have no testicles, maybe, but
Yeah,
it was.
obviously that's why you said it was the scariest part of the movie.
Well, I can see how it would be the scariest part. I mean, it doesn't
So you
necessarily
can
mean
see
that.
how it would be to have no testicles.
Yeah, because I see you often and you have no
Oh, okay.
testicles,
Oh, okay.
and I was sitting next to you.
It's scary.
That's why you're no testicle ass pissing yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, this is scary.
Oh, I was pissing myself because that soda was massive.
But anyway, I don't know. I just have an issue with that. But like the scariest part, then it turns out to be the kids, right?
yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I was wondering too. Like these kids were little kids. Why would they? Like, I don't know. Like it just seemed
Because
weird.
they're
Like
actors.
yeah. So
Remember their names.
that's gonna come up later. I don't know if you fucking remember their names or not.
I
But I was
no, I don't, but I remember him saying, "Remember their names."
But
so
Anywho,
anyway.
then it turns out aliens actually there. The camera goes down after the
And they're the
fucking kids run away and
stereotypical
leave.
aliens. They look like the stereotypical aliens.
Yeah, big heads, hairy arms. That's how aliens look.
Yeah.
Anyway, he punches one in the face, and that's probably one of the best parts of the movie. After that, camera goes down. One camera goes down, and the other one's covered by a fucking
Yeah.
praying
The stuff
mantis for some reason.
basically opposite that. I was just confused about the order, and then I guess I don't remember the horse getting picked up.
No, the
So
horse
then
does get picked up during that issue. During the
okay, so I'm just saying for myself, okay, I didn't remember that. So there was also so on that same night it was a fake out and a real
Yeah.
thing happened.
yes,
Okay. Got
I
it.
think every
Yeah.
night a real thing does happen.
All right.
So I mean that happens, and then what happens next? Because I also forgot the movie.
um, yeah, I don't remember. But basically, yeah, um, they're trying to go over the footage that the tech guy's freaking out because it kind of almost happened. I think he swings by the next day trying to see what's going on.
Yeah, he does.
And throughout all this, the OJ and the sister, they're trying to reach out to the director from the movie set, doing a callback from when they were doing the commercial with the real horse. They're trying to get a hold of the I don't know, cinematographer, director.
Is it the same one or some different guy?
It's the same one.
Yeah, that's the guy from there.
Okay, so supposedly too before that, the sister
That's
wanted to bail, get the fuck out, but OJ says he has mouths to feed and he's got to stick on the farm, and then the sister decides she's gonna stick around too.
Yes, that does happen.
But
Oh, wait a minute. That night's a lot longer. That night's so much longer. I'm sorry. So it happens like that. And then the fucking cable guy shows back up, and he's like, "Yo, you see what's happening here?" And then him and the sister. Wait,
No, that's at the
no.
end.
That's further down. I'm sorry, it's a little confusing. Because yeah, that's when the Slayer happens. Okay. Anyway, they're trying to get a hold of the director, who's the guy from The Crow.
Yes. And they basically want him to try and record it because they're having issues trying to do it themselves, and they don't want to tell him flat out what they're trying to do. They're just like, we're trying to record something really big that could be a real big ticket thing for you and I. And at first he kind of declines. He just feels they're chasing dreams, and it's like, this is a dream you don't want to chase or something like that. And
Yeah,
he politely declines their offer.
So then the director declines, and then I don't know. It just seems not organic to me. Why do they need this? And I guess that's kind of what I want to discuss later. But it just seems like okay, so they're gonna go out of the way to hire this director to try to get this shot of the UFO when they don't have any money and they already spent all this money on farm equipment. I mean, surveillance equipment. But whatever, as long as
I'm sure
there's
he
action,
has
as long as there's
money.
action at the end.
I'm sure there's money at the end. I'm sure they have money, but they're horse money that they sell the horses for.
Because I think when they were gonna go to the Best Buy, whatever the store was, the sister briefly mentions like, I'll pay for it or something like that. I don't think she's like rolling in money, but she said that she'll cover it. And I think a
Yeah,
lot of this is like, we're gonna spend a lot of money up front for the payout in the end. Once they're very confident they're gonna get the Oprah shot.
It kind of melts down to a get rich quick scheme.
yeah,
And like all get rich quick schemes, you end up spending a lot more money.
Gotta spend money to make money.
Indeed.
good money. Have you guys ever hear Dusty Slay? Look up his jokes about good money. There's all kinds of money. Good money, blood money, other types of money, but good money. Look up that joke about good money.
Right.
It's funny.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's funny. Anyway, they spend all their money to get this Oprah shot, and then they don't get it because the alien has an electromagnetic fucking current that it has, which is very convenient.
Yeah, throughout the movie, it's kind of hazy trying to remember everything from a 2.5 hour movie, but
Yeah, I know.
they
Let's
do
melt it down.
they do flashback to the more the chimp thing and basically what set off Gordy. Um,
There's the balloons popping.
yes, because at some point there's a flashback to that, and I guess it's Gordy the ape or the chimp, whatever it is. It's its birthday in this episode, and they're trying to just basically show their affection for it. And um, the the Asian guy, sorry, I forgot what his name, but um, he it's a young version of him. He has like this tiny little gift that's maybe just like a couple inches big or whatnot, and it looks like his older sister has like this huge box that's like what, like 4 feet by 4 feet, and they're like, oh, look at my present, and they open the present for Gordy the monkey, and it's all these helium balloons, and they just kind of go up, out of the shot while this is being recorded. And again, this is a flashback, and everything's going good, but at some point, yeah, the one of the balloons pops, and they don't show it on screen, but you just kind of hear it. But it freaks out the monkey. The monkey freaks out, and you kind of hear it going crazy, and then people screaming. And I think that's kind of the end of the flashback. But um, there's like one more pivotal flashback to it. But basically, yeah, that's what set off the monkey. And occasionally the balloons, not all at once, but little by little, keep popping, and which kind of still sends the monkey in the fit.
The
And
blind rage.
yes, and they don't show who it is. You kind of figure it out later. But yeah, there are a pair of female feet, because it was in this flashback. It was the studio dad, studio mom, the
Yeah.
Asian kid, and then his sister. So it's four people, two
Yeah.
two adults, two kids. But
Which flashback is that? Is that the one where you see like where it's longer and like the fist bump, or is it at?
no, that's the last one.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But the it looks like it's female feet that's getting mauled by the monkey, and then the looks like the dad is trying to leave the set. He's trying to get around the monkey, but the monkey starts chasing him. The balloon goes off or something, and
Yeah.
again it goes
What a
out.
dumbass, by the way. Like obviously he wasn't there. He could have just left.
Yeah. But so yeah, off offset off camera again. Look, it sounds like the dad's now getting mauled by the monkey, and I think that's kind of the end of that flashback.
That funky monkey.
And
Brass monkey.
Is that where we cut to Lucky?
I don't know. I kind of lost interest at this point in the movie. I'm kind of don't remember
Okay.
much
I think that's where we get to
details.
Lucky, and we go to Jupiter's Landing, and we see the show that's going on.
Okay, so the show he was advertising that he was trying to get the brother and sister to go to, right?
Yeah.
yes, because around this time,
And-
that's when the tech guy came to set up more cameras and do all
Yeah,
that.
so that's when the tech guy came back. And then when they're doing that, he sees in the pile of shit the flyer, and he figures out what he's doing. So he goes to go get Lucky, and it's when the show's happening simultaneously.
Yes.
Who
So it
figures
turns
it
out,
out?
fucking OJ.
OJ?
OJ, yeah, he sees the flyer and the shit, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" And then he's like, "I gotta go get Lucky."
I did not pick up on that, or I must have been asleep.
What the fuck?
You're too busy eating popcorn.
Yeah, he was
Mm.
shoving popcorn in his mouth.
So
So yeah, they figured out that he figures out by himself that what he's doing with the horses. So he just like takes off to the ranch. Steven Yeun's character is doing his whole shtick. The kids come out in their alien costumes because they're going to be like an intermission. Because usually it takes like an hour or something for the alien to show up, and he has the horse in this big glass box. And then we see the alien, and he's like, "Oh, folks, you're in for a lucky thing. He's coming early today." And alien proceeds to devour everyone but the horse at that show.
yeah, and then the lady that was mauled by the monkey that survived.
Yeah,
Showed up.
she ends up being there. She's like a special guest. And she's in the trailer. You see her without any lips.
I
and you
think
she's an
they-
alien.
I think she was in the trailer as long as she was in the actual movie. So I think
Yeah,
every scene she was in, or however many seconds she was in the movie, was how long she was in the trailer.
She probably got like a couple more seconds in there, like barely, but yeah.
So
That's about right.
That's pretty misleading, if you ask me.
What, the teeth lady?
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, so that happens. Everyone gets devoured. You see him like kind of get in the alien, kind of see its digestive tract. And it's like see-through. And OJ gets to the ranch and he sees that it looks almost like things are steaming for some reason, which is I never got that. But he sees Lucky's in his fucking glass cage. For some reason, again, the alien didn't get him.
And I'm sorry to interrupt, but did they notice before, or have they noticed the alien was hiding behind the cloud, right? That cloud.
Alien
that
was in the cloud. At this
cloud.
point, yeah, the guy's back because he's like, that cloud has moved. And he's like, yeah, we know. That's why that guy came back, and that's why he's helping fix up more cameras.
Yes, and OJ at that point he randomly remembers like I can kind of recall that cloud being there for like the past 6 months or so, and coincidentally around the same time, the owner of the Jupiter's Landing, when he was kind of doing his spiel for his new act, which is basically yes to observe the UFO, because almost like clockwork every Friday, every day, like at 8 o'clock, it would make its appearance, and that's what basically happened right now with Nickolas is going on, where everyone just at this the first time for this show that everyone just got sucked up in and looked like got devoured by this ship.
Like I said, I started losing interest. It was all right, but so then what happens? Then
So OJ finds the horse there. No one's at Jupiter's Landing. So
And
he
then
gets the horse, and then the fucking thing comes back and knocks him out for a couple hours. As he's knocked out,
is this when he realizes what the thing is, or has he had this
he's known what
realization?
the thing is. He's seen the thing for a while now. He knows he hasn't realized what it is yet.
That's
I
what I'm
don't. That
saying.
doesn't happen until this night.
Okay.
So anyway, he gets the horse after he wakes back up. His sister and the tech guy are at the house. He puts the horse in the trailer. He drives back to the house. Alien thing ends up floating over the house, and then begins to rain blood. And Slayer plays, and it's sick. It doesn't happen, but anyway, it does rain blood, and then all these things are falling out. All these metal debris that it seems that the alien thing can't digest because it looks like it's eating things.
So
Because it
OJ realized that this is right. That it's thing.
Yes. So then he drives up, and then they're trying to get everyone out of there. He's just basically trying to like see what's going on. He sees the house getting poured on with blood and metal, and then the
And
alien comes
the
towards him, and then he kind of like opens the door. He sees it, then he closes it, and I think that's when it's either this point or another point with one of the other horses where he realizes if he doesn't look at it, it doesn't fuck with him,
yes.
and that's when he puts together that it's an animal.
Okay. And then he goes to try to get to the sister and the other guy, but then it's raining, right? And then the
Yeah, that's when it's
thing.
raining, and that's when he drives up. It's raining on, and the aliens over the house,
And is
and
that
he
when the decoy horse falls
the
into
decoy.
the?
That's when the decoy horse falls on top of him.
On his
So
stomach.
So real quick, the decoy horse also had these little flag things on it, right?
yes,
Like those little strips,
yeah, it has the flag strips.
and it was hanging outside of the alien cloud thing.
Yeah, for a while there, that was like the horse was stuck in its mouth.
Was it the mouth or was it vagina? Because it kind of looked like a tampon to me.
Was it getting fucked while it ate these things? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm
It
saying
was. Are
because
you saying these things were organic dildos?
maybe, but this was like, well, maybe not a dildo, but like I'm saying, like it was a tampon
Was
because
it not a beast, but was it an insatiable creature only doing this for its own pleasure?
I'm gonna get there if you want me to get there later or you want me to get there now.
I'm actually I this was a bunch of bullshit I laid out, and I'm surprised it got somewhere.
It's a tampon because he realizes that the thing is territorial, right?
Uh huh.
And it also rains blood, right?
Uh huh.
And also like piss. It's kind of pissing onto the house because it's territorial.
I assume it was just shitting out what it couldn't digest.
No, this this alien creature being thing is a woman.
Okay. A
So,
beautiful woman.
uh, well, I'll quote it now, but it's a quote that Barton quoted from George Burns,
Uh huh.
and this is gonna play later on. Hollywood is a horrible bitch goddess. So I think that's will come up later, but I think that thing is Hollywood. It's the horrible bitch goddess.
Okay. I like
So
where you're going with this.
yeah, so we can get there a little bit later, but that's what I think. It's enraged because that's
Hollywood's
why.
enraged.
All right. So
Right? No,
anyway,
Hollywood's enraged, right?
yeah,
Okay.
like
I just want to make
this,
sure. I do want to make sure.
it's the spectacle or whatever the shit. I guess the thing. It's the spectacle, and we can get into it later, I guess. But just I'm throwing it out there since it came up.
Cool. And at this point, everyone's freaking out because this is I guess this has been happening for some time, but this is the first time it actually rained blood and all this. Well, it kind of with all the debris raining aside from the blood, because that it didn't happen before. You can now put the pieces together. This is how the dad died. That all this one way or another, all this stuff left the UFO, and it just was falling debris. They freak out, and um, OJ spends the night in his truck because he wasn't going to risk leaving and getting sucked up by the UFO. Um, it's daytime, and they're freaking out. The sister and the tech guy, they stayed the night. They're freaking out. They want to go, but um, she wants to go. He wants to stay in the house. OJ, he's able to turn on his truck, and he's able to kind of inch forward a little bit, and I think he gets so far and his truck dies out. So it's like shit. The thing's still somewhere here in the area, and it was somewhere around this point he starts putting two and two together because I think he has a flashback with his dad, and his dad was talking about I think the ghost, the horse ghost, as is kind of like whining or something, and they're saying something about that's when they're like, oh, you hear that? There's something out there. It's making like a territorial call or something like that. Um, so that's when he starts putting two and two together, and he looks outside and they're trying to get in the tech van so they can get the hell out of there, and the thing's somewhere in the distance, and that's when he knows not to look up. He's basically looking down at the ground, trying not to make eye contact at the UFO, and he's able to successfully get his sister and the tech guy in the van, and they drive away, and they're freaking out. They I think they stop for lunch, or they crash at the tech guy's place basically, and um, somewhere along the lines here, that's when they are able to get the director from the commercial. They're able to somehow convince him to come on board. It's like we to
I think something the news report about those people going missing is
that's
what
right.
he hears about that, and then like that kind of draws him in.
Yeah, he starts putting two and two together. So he's able to come aboard, and um, the sister and the tech guy are freaking out. They don't want to go back, but I guess OJ now has a better understanding of what's going on. Again, he has mouths to feed, they have a ranch to tend to, and I guess he feels more confident that he kind of cracked the code of what's going on. And he's telling them it's like it's not a ship, it's alive and it needs to feed. And I think that's when he's kind of telling them a plan of basically trying to how they're going to try and a better understanding of how to um, not necessarily, I guess, capture it on film. And from there, they basically figure out the director gets on board. He has a camera that's like a wind up camera. It's not electrical because anything in the presence of the ship that's electrical just dies. So he has an old analog camera that he's going to use to try and capture it. And they're coming out with this master plan to um, using those giant
Inflatable
um,
overlay tube man.
yes. um, which I think from those and like car batteries from all the dead people at the Jupiter Landing amusement park, they basically steal all batteries and those inflatable people to set up a perimeter to kind of tell where the ship is at. And OJ is going to be the decoy to try and lure the thing, while the director and the tech guy are going to be at a safe distance recording from afar. And well, somewhere in here there is that last flashback to the show because by at this point, yeah, the owner of Jupiter Landing, the child Asian kid, he's dead. But there's one last flashback where he's under the table at the set and he's watching the cast members getting mauled by this monkey, and eventually the monkey sits down kind of in front of him. He's freaking out. He's not scared. I guess he's scared, but he's not making any noise. He's under the table. Eventually, the monkey sees him, and it comes up to the boy, and it just looks at him. It doesn't look any ill intent. Doesn't look like he's gonna hurt him. And then there's like a
Just a little fist bump.
yes, but there's like a tablecloth kind of dividing like a lacy tablecloth, a mesh one, where that's how they see each other. And yeah, they kind of start to give each other a fist bump, And right when they kind of touch Knuckles, off camera, I guess a cop finally gets there and shoots the monkey and kills it. But um, so yeah, that's like kind of like the last flashback that happened. But they set up the trap. They are trying to get everything underway because at this point, OJ figures out you're not supposed to look at the ship thing, the ship monster, because yeah, he figures out it's kind of like a predator and it's territorial, and for whatever reason, if you look at it, it's gonna eat you. It's gonna suck you up. It's gonna eat you. So he figures out, don't make eye contact with it. So avoid that, and you should be okay. So, and
Yes, that is.
uh, the sister's the only one that's close by, and she's trying to see what the hell this guy's doing, and he's trying to figure out. He starts asking questions, and he has like a very very shiny helmet. It's reflective like a mirror, and he
Okay.
um he starts.
And
Oh,
yeah. And then what did it resemble, real quick? Because we mentioned that earlier.
Yes, it resembled the orb that spooked the horse at the beginning.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Except his helmet had like a little, I guess, a hole for like one eye for him to look out, I guess, because eventually he busts out a camera and he starts asking them questions, and she says it's TMZ. But this random biker noticed anomalies, like, oh, well, try looking up your place on Google Earth, and it's just like a giant blur, and he starts asking her, so what do you think happened to Jupiter Landing since you guys are neighbors? And random side note, because when they got all these in the very beginning or kind of middle when they got all these gadgets or whatever, the brother OJ, he tries to make one of those orbs, and they never really showed what happened to it
I don't
because,
remember that at all.
yeah, when that happened?
like I said, it was somewhere in the middle, somewhere early on in this, because he has random like shit from a grocery bag, and he gets a plunger and like a shiny ball or something. He puts the ball on the plunger, on the suction part, and he's trying to tape it together, and he's looking at it. He's looking at this thing that he created, which resembles the thing that spooked the horse in the beginning. And that's the only time they ever show that. Like he doesn't use it on the ranch. He doesn't show it to the horses. It's like he was just trying to recreate that. It was a very brief scene, but um, yeah, like I said, it was kind of maybe early on in the movie, but it was
Yeah, it
just
sounds vaguely familiar.
but that's the only time they ever really show that. They don't show what he did with that, um, um, but yeah. So she's talking to the biker. She's telling him you should really not be here. You should go and go the long way. He's like, ah, whatever. And he starts going forward in the direction of where they're setting up the not necessarily a trap, but the lure basically. And he has bad luck because at this point, OJ's set up with the horse to lure it, and they have all those giant inflatable things up. He put kind of like blinders on the horse so the horse won't, so the thing I guess won't see its eyes, and uh, the motorcyclist is driving, and he just so happens to have an electric motorcycle, and as the ship goes over the motorcycle, his bike dies, and I would assume with the losing power, it would just slow down to a stop. But since it was a sudden stop, it caused the motorcycle to like do flippies and launching him into the air, getting um, severely hurt. And he's it sounds like he has some broken limbs.
Well, it
OJ,
felt like he hit a wall, right? It looked like he just kind of hit a wall and stopped. Is that what part you're talking about?
yeah. And the tech guy would say, "Oh, what happens when an electric motorcycle hits like a sudden stop or something like that?" But it looked like he hit a wall, but I would assume it's just he was
I
got
felt
in.
like the thing slowed down a little bit and then turned off all the way. Kind of
I,
like how it went with all the music and stuff.
I guess, but to me,
I mean, either way, you were still going pretty fast. But yeah, but yeah.
I would assume the motorcycle would just slowed to a stop, and because
No, I
then
wouldn't slow down complete stop. It would slow and then like
yeah,
cut.
exactly, but it wouldn't cause the motorcycle to flip like that to launch the guy into the
You
air.
know
And
what that felt like to me
what's that?
was like the the biker character, reached the parameters of the movie, and he couldn't go any further because this was a movie, and the shot ended right there. And he couldn't go any further because it's a movie, it's not real life, to where he can keep going. It just seemed like it was like this thing, like, dude, you're in a movie. Boom, this is like Pleasantville. This is the parameters of
The
your
invisible
existence.
wall in the video game.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what it felt like to me.
I don't know, but
Yeah, I'm not saying it's accurate, but that's kind of what it seemed like to me.
yeah, it seemed very random. And but yeah, he gets hurt. OJ tries to rescue him. He realizes he's too badly hurt, and it doesn't help that his helmet is like a mirror basically, and he OJ realizes the ship's pretty much right above him. He's like, peace. He leaves because he can't really do anything for the guy. The guy gets sucked up through the alien ship, and all
Does any of this shit really matter though?
the
Like this character that's been in the movie for all of 10 seconds, doesn't it seem pretty convenient and not organic? I don't
uh
know.
you could say that. It was very random, and it didn't really change the whole their master plan because they were still able to continue with it. But the only thing was maybe because the ship ate was in the process of eating him, you can kind of hear him screaming in the distance in pain and agony while it's being digested.
Okay. Miranda suggested to me that maybe that guy on the bike could represent us as the modern, like the YouTube generation, modern filmmakers, like not necessarily TMZ, but like it was like a mirror to like looking back at ourselves or whatever. Like this guy also trying to capture the footage in this, I guess, spectacle culture or whatever. I don't know.
That that is true because while he was severely hurt, broken limbs and all, and he pretty much felt his death was imminent because whatever alien ship, I think at this point you can kind of see it. He kept telling OJ, get my camera." Like I don't know if he said like be sure to record this, but he kept telling him grab my camera to record it. But yeah, I can see where that is, or the
Like I would hope it was something more because if not, it's like, I mean, I wouldn't say like it just seems too convenient for like, yeah, like not organic. It's just something to help Deus Ex Machina type stuff.
yeah.
I don't know.
But the guy dies. They push on. The At this point, the director he's recording, but he runs out of film, so they have to do like this very manual process to switch it out, and they kind of missed the first shot of this, but they're still recording. Um, in the process of being chased down by the horse, um, OJ he releases almost like a parachute, and this parachute has a bunch of those banner flags that the UFO ate the first time around, and they assumed that it didn't like it. It didn't digest well with it, and that assumption paid off because as soon as the UFO saw the banner flags, it flew away, avoiding OJ. It didn't eat him or the horse because it saw that. It's like, nope, I'm not having it. And
And Nicholas, at this time, Nicholas was in the theater trying to record the ending on his cell phone so he could upload it to YouTube later.
I should have. We got some
I
hits
was
off
like,
that.
I was like, Nicholas, you can't be doing that. You can't be recording with your cell phone.
Could have.
but
So what happens next? The monster wins or the humans win? I don't remember.
The monster wins because humans are the real monster.
Ah,
yes. Um, for some reason,
What
the
do they feed it? Oh, okay. So it ends up attacking the director because apparently he's like, I got the perfect shot. Now it's time for me to die, which kind of made no sense, but what the fuck ever.
he has to go. The perfect shot is inside the vagina monster thing.
I guess. Anyway, so it eats him, and then it goes for the other guy, the tech guy, but he ends up wrapping himself in barbed wire
Sabu
and
style.
Sabu style, and then he gets spat out, and the barbed wire lets the monster like unfold into its alpha form or what the fuck ever, and it becomes this giant like cloud looking thing. Looks pretty cool, honestly. Anyway, and then OJ and his sister are on opposite sides. He's on the horse. She gets on the motorcycle. They both look at each other like, fuck. One of them's probably gonna die. And the creature doesn't know which one to go for. They're both like staring at it, trying to get chase him. It ends up going for the sister, and the sister drives off
no, 'cause
to Jupiter's Landing.
OG was sacrificed himself so the sister can get away.
Yeah, but then it still chases the sister.
Well, after it ate the brother.
They didn't eat the brother.
We're getting there.
OJ didn't die.
Did he?
No, he's alive.
But yes, it looks like it probably ate OJ and then it starts chasing her. Continue. I'm sorry.
He did not. Anyway, um, it chases her. She goes to Jupiter's Landing. Um, she sees a bunch of flags, and I think she's like, I thought she was gonna like unfurl them so it would like run away or it wouldn't go after her. But it turns out she releases this giant balloon cowboy, and she kind of uses that as bait. Which this is some hole in the logic in the movie because the thing has a bunch of flags on it, and the alien doesn't want to eat flags. But then again, it's a giant floating balloon and has a face, so it looks like it's staring at it. I'm not too sure about that part. Anyway, but there's this old timey camera in the well, and she starts using that to try to get photos of the thing. Eventually, the thing attacks the giant balloon monster. Giant balloon monster. The giant balloon. It eats it. She gets a photo of it, and then while trying to consume the balloon thing, it explodes, and it dies. And the camera crews come rushing up. She's sitting there. And then she looks over, and under a sign that says, "Out yonder is OJ on a horse, clearly alive, not dead." That doesn't mean anything. This movie's not that deep. Anyway, and that's the end of the movie. And then we sat through all the credits, and we got an advertisement for a fucking ride at Universal Studios.
Really?
Yeah, that's what happened at the end.
What was the
And that
ride?
was Nope. They recreated the town.
Yeah,
The
that was
farm
like some,
town.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like we're at the end of the movie. That's all recreated there.
Huh.
so I didn't remember that part. So OJ sacrificed himself and died
I don't
to
think he
save the
did.
sister.
Yeah. He was on
I
the
remember
horse.
that. Yeah, I remember the sisters and looking back, and yeah, you can't really tell if it's like if it's like her wishful thinking or whatever, or it's like the cowboy shot or whatever.
Yeah, but it at that time it implied that he was gonna die, but at the same time it also showed like the horse he was on still had like the tethered flag on it. So maybe that was his plan all along, like he had this ace up his sleeve, but um in the end he's still alive. And no, I guess of the three they didn't die. The tech guy stayed alive, the brother and sister stayed alive. And the director died for the money shot to get in the alien.
All right, so that's the movie, right?
Yeah.
And that's the movie.
I just have random thoughts on it. I don't know about you guys, and like
Right when he had his random thoughts, he breaks up.
You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
There we go. Hurry up. Random thoughts. Go.
No, just first of all, it's just like to have a discussion. Not that I have any answers, but I'm just sure that there's some significance to the director character because I don't know. I'm having trouble with that character. Like, couldn't the movie have been done without that character? Couldn't the movie have been done without the tech guy being in there that much? Like, so I'm assuming the director has to symbolize something more deeper because it didn't seem like it was too necessary. I don't know. I didn't. I was kind of like not too big on that guy, that character. Like, what do you think that was the significance of that?
Well, I think the tech guy was more like comedic relief than anything, just to kind of break the ice or the tension. But the director, like I said, it was in that phone conversation they had the first time when they were trying to recruit him, and they're saying something about they wanted to get that perfect shot. The not that they didn't tell him the money shot, but they're chasing a dream or something. And he was working at the same time while I was talking to them, and he was kind of getting into some deep conversation, telling them that um, to chase that type of dream, you'll like always be chasing it, or it's kind of impossible to get that shot that you're asking for, kind of thing. In which, again, he basically politely declined their offer. It wasn't until that he saw this thing in its final form and what it did, and like he's a part of this, and it's like I guess he transcended or whatever. It's just like it is possible to get that shot, and which again, yeah, he kind of self-sacrificed himself so he can make his masterpiece to be a part of this story.
Do you think there's any type of meta commentary that might represent Jordan Peele himself, or no?
Uh, I don't think so. Like I said, I don't know if there's the wrong answer or right answer, but I don't think that. You?
I don't know. Like I said, I just had thoughts. I don't like. I didn't focus a lot on this, so I was figuring maybe I could just throw them out there and you can tell me what you think.
Yeah. You, Nick?
I don't know if it's about Jordan Peele. Maybe about movie making. It's a very Hollywood based thing.
So this is completely meta. I think. Like I was
Could be.
trying the the kid show with Gordy is kind of maybe how Jordan Peele felt when he was on Mad TV. Gordy, Jordy.
I
So
don't know
that
if
could
anyone calls Jordan Peele Jordy. I hope someone.
it's
I hope they does. I hope they do.
it's kind of look it parallels his thing. So that
Okay.
was his Mad TV days. He kind of left and they had kind of like a disagreement like with contract or some shit. I remember hearing that he didn't leave Mad TV on good terms. And then he went to start his own thing, the Jupiter's Landing, which is kind of like his Key and Peele show on Comedy Central. And you said, like you said, there was a Mad magazine thing on there, right?
Yeah.
About the fake Mad magazine, about the incident.
Yeah.
I think the monster
It's
UFO thing
Hollywood.
is Hollywood, the spectacle of Hollywood, but also symbolize his success with Get Out and like expectations and things like that he has, and like the horrible bitch goddess. So it's like you have to feed it. It's the spectacle that everybody has to feed or whatever. I know, like it's like that's like the basic thing. I mean, I think that's what he's been saying. Everything is like it's spectacle. It's about spectacle or whatever. And real quick too, was it the Asian guy that said that he calls he calls the viewers aliens, or what did he say? What was somebody said something about aliens, or somebody calls the viewers aliens?
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
You guys must have been sleeping. Anyway, I was looking at the trailer yesterday or today, and I noticed that and I sent you pictures. The cameras that are on the set of the kid show with Gordy the monkey resemble the aliens that the Asian guy sells at Jupiter's Landing. Did you notice that in the two pictures I sent
Yes.
you guys?
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, so it's like, so then I'm assuming the aliens, and I guess I mean not assuming, but I guess it kind of goes along with that the aliens represent, I guess, the viewers, the cameras, us, the people that create the spectacle and determines how much to give to make something viral or relevant. Yeah, but that was a pretty neat image I saw.
That's
So I guess we
that's pretty cool.
represent the aliens.
In regards to that, just like you're saying, just for us feeding into the beast or feeding into the machine.
So basically, it all boils down to that one Simpsons episode where it was like, "Just don't look, just
That's what
don't
I
look."
told Nick. That's what I was telling Ovs. It's a Simpsons thing. Just don't look. Treehouse of
Yeah,
Horror. That's what I
yeah.
told her.
It just
Yeah,
boils down to that.
but yeah, but then I don't know. Again, the whole
So it boils down to Simpsons did it.
yeah, just don't look. But how does that work? Like, why did it pick up? So it could pick up things that don't look at it. If you don't look at it, it won't.
The giant horse thing was staring into the sky by its imagination.
By its
So why
design.
didn't
By its
why
design,
didn't
it was up and
why
looking at the
didn't it pick
sky.
up those fucking air things that had eyeballs on it that were facing the sky and waving
Because
around me?
every time we got close, those would collapse and fall.
Wouldn't that have been the end of the movie if it had picked up all of those? Like, why wouldn't it have picked up all those? Because they have eyeballs.
But they collapsed and they fell and they
It
weren't looking at
it
it.
did pick up some of them on the ranch. That was a thing because uh
The ones that fell out of your ass.
The ones that fell looking up.
yeah,
But
because
it just
but
and then
those were at the front of Jupiter Landing. They weren't where the he set up the stage.
But what are you talking about? I was talking about the tube men.
Yeah, the two men because they stole those from the Jupiter.
No, they stole it from the car dealership.
Okay, that because that then if they stole it from the car dealership wasn't in the immediate area that was,
Yeah, no, that was somewhere else.
but
and then all the coins, or just happened to be the coins people had in their clothes.
That was coins and keys and a bunch of like
Yeah,
random metal shit.
but I don't know. And then the monster too. I guess the opening thing. There was a part where it looked like a TV screen, right, or TV box, or like the
Yeah, it
movie
was like a camera
camera
box.
box or vagina thing.
Yeah.
That also reminded me of Twin Peaks. I always fucking talk about Twin Peaks because in Twin Peaks season 3, and I sent you the picture as well. There's a picture like these two characters are there staring at this empty box, which kind of maybe does that represent us on the couch watching the the show. So it looked like a movie container, a movie box or whatever. I'm just saying because Jordan Peele kind of wants to be David Lynch. So yeah, there's that. But Get Out was great.
You said us was good.
Us was the best.
Us wasn't like
No, but overall, I like this movie a lot better than all those other two movies. Is there any other weird takeaways you guys got from it, or any other things? Like, I guess the shoe. What the hell was up with the shoe?
yeah, that was weird.
the shoe thing. Yeah, I don't understand why it was like that. Apparently, also in the trailer, there's like a shot of some random dude walking towards the chaos. So, well, everyone else is running away, but that wasn't in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's some random guy like a hood and a jacket, and he's just like walking towards it, and he's like has a big smile on his face, and it was in a trailer, but wasn't in the movie. So don't know if that
'Cause
meant something.
that was a cool image. I thought that was cool. I thought the whole backstory with the kid show was neat, and the monkey. I wish they would have done more with that. Like I could have done less with the
Yeah,
Best Buy guy and the director guy, and
I like director guy. I could have done less of Best Buy guy though. But also the shoe is standing up like that. Also in his display.
yeah,
So I don't know if that means something. Like that's how he's remembering it. He remembers the shoe like that, or like you know.
Yes, and for anyone who hasn't seen the movie, the
Why'd you listen to this?
oh, just to get a reference to whenever
spoilers
Paul was
warning.
talking about his shoe.
Spoiler.
Uh, in the flashback, the girl that was getting mauled, which happened to be his sister in the set, who was in attendance of the thing that got sucked into this. She just had bad luck all around. But anyways, on the set, both her shoes are off, but one shoe in particular was standing straight up with one drop of blood on it, and it was just straight up. There was nothing that there's no reason why it should have been standing up like that erect. But yeah, in his memorabilia, he has the one shoe with the one blood dot standing up. He purposely did that just to, I guess, kind of recreate that. But yeah, on the set, it was just a very I'm curious, yeah, what the reference
Yeah,
or
well,
meaning behind that is.
I don't think it would be random, but it was a cool looking shot. Like it was a cool visual. And yeah, I wish they would have done more with that. I don't know. I was more interested in that than a lot of the other stuff. Like I didn't. I think Jordan Peele is trying to go from Shyamalan to Spielberg. Like
It
he's
was
trying.
was a like a summer, but you mentioned it. Like I searched, I don't know, watch a bunch of YouTube thing. Apparently, referred to it as like a summer blockbuster movie.
Yeah, I think he's purposely trying to make himself like subconsciously, or he's just trying to embed our thing with him. Like we think Spielberg, okay, he's like Jordan Peele is kind of like he's in that same thing as Spielberg because I don't know, it just seemed like it was a lot like Jaws at the end,
It did
and
become very Jaws like.
I'm not like my memory's not too good of Close Encounters, but I know that was another Spielberg space movie, and it just seems like he's. I guess it's his thing now. He might start making bigger time movies. I guess this movie was probably his biggest, but it wasn't extremely like high budgeted. It didn't seem like it was like an
For
extremely.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess towards the end with the alien, especially in its final form, will look like a giant sail thing in the air. All his other
So
movies were pretty down to earth with like
so I looked it up. Get Out had a budget of 4.5 million.
Okay. I would say Us 8 million, and
Us
I'll
had a
say
budget of 20 million.
damn. I'll say this one had a budget of 60 million.
This had a budget of 68 million.
Yeah, it's like he's slowly trying. Like I don't know. He's gonna probably try to do like I don't. I mean, whatever. More power to him, but this seemed very like low budget. Not low budget, but it seemed like it wasn't. It didn't seem like it was should have been an IMAX or RPX. It was not much.
I don't know. I do feel like the shots are of the alien and landscapes are good and somewhat warranted the IMAX just for the alien alone, but not the entire movie. No.
I don't know. I don't
And
think
the
they even.
CGI on the monkey was rough.
But I don't know. Like I said, I liked it better than his other two movies, but I lost interest a lot towards the end. I guess once the action started kicking in. And I guess the other themes that we haven't really talked about in the movie was, I guess, exploitation. I guess being exploited, right? Is that kind of what the money dance monkey? How's that song go? The pop song.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you are. But it's about, I don't know, maybe the monkey was being exploited, or he was a sellout
Well,
to
I
his.
mean, the monkey was like about exploiting animals, wasn't it? Isn't that all about this was about
Yeah,
animal exploitation and exploiting the
yeah,
horses, exploiting the alien, all these things were just being exploited for money.
yeah. And didn't you say the Asian kid might be represent Bobby Lee? Wasn't that what you
You
were telling
said
me?
fucking
You said that the Asian
Bobby.
kid represented Bobby
If
Lee.
the Asian guy, if Stephen Yoon had a fucking podcast, then he told it'd be Bobby Lee, but no,
Hey, but he said that it was Bobby Lee because Bobby Lee's he's a sellout to his race.
I don't know if Bobby Lee is. I don't think he is.
No, I don't think Jordan Peele would care enough to
To shit
for.
on Bobby Lee.
Yeah, he still has the money from Matt TV days.
This movie was a big fuck you to Bobby Lee.
Yeah, but I don't know. The
They
movie
should have
was.
had the alien say "oh hot dog" before it exploded.
I don't know. I would watch this movie again. I'd watch it again tomorrow. I don't know if I'd watch it many more times, but
I feel like I
um,
watch this again.
yeah, I would definitely. But to me, it's still like I don't know. I guess what's pissing me off, I guess I'm kind of being a dick about it, is that
You just hate Jordan Peele.
no, they just I
You
think he gets
saw a
a
bad sketch of Key and Peele, and now you just hate him forever.
no. I like Key and Peele. I think most of their stuff is pretty good,
Key and Peele was a great show. I miss that show.
but I think everybody's just trying to overly praise this guy. Like certain people have that, like John Krasinski and Quiet Place. Like people
Yeah, John Krasinski's really.
were all
Quiet
up
Place
on
2 is
that.
terrible.
Both of them were fucking terrible.
That's true.
But people were all up on it like it's some great new thing, and like it's
Many people
not.
just starved for stars of this generation.
But then why would they shit on like Mother, and why would they shit on um It
Because
Comes at Night so much
that's not
for
as easily digestible.
I know, but like and then Jordan Peele, like they think like it's some I don't know, like it's some masterful,
It
thoughtful
rides that wave of just tipping into the.
yeah. Well, I guess more power to him. I mean but like I don't know, like it's slightly above average.
People
I'd
didn't
give
like
it
Mother. Mother was good.
no, I fucking love Mother, but
No, but
people
who
I think
didn't like?
Mother
I
got
didn't know Mother got
shit.
a backlash. I know It Comes at
Yeah,
Night got a bunch of backlash because
Mother
it
got it probably
lied.
worse because the same thing with the trailers and people shitted on Mother a lot. Like and then like Aronofsky had to explain what the movie was about pretty much the next day after it came out.
It
And
was very clear what it was about.
anyway, that's a different thing. But my point is like some people get like it seems like some people are on like they got this thing where they like people get like I don't know they can get away with more or
They get a
whatever they
pass.
can. Yeah. And like I have nothing against Jordan Peele. Like he's all right. Like his comedy is funny. But I don't know. Us wasn't very good, and Get Out was all right. It was average. But I don't know. Is there any other things in the movie that were kind of weird? That
Just trying to think.
How about weird? I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I think it's Get Out than Us. I'm sorry, Get Out, Nope than Us for his movies that he's made for me because I really like Get Out. Maybe I had a good experience in the theater watching Get Out. Maybe that was it.
yeah, maybe.
Maybe, but I don't know. I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the ride.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was fun. We'll see what he does after this. I think he's already in the works of another movie.
I'm sure he is. But for me, Nope gets a yup.
I don't understand. What does that mean?
Put that on the box. Put that on the fucking box.
Odd the
Put
Neds
that on.
gaming.
Nope gets a yup.
Yeah. I give Nope a meh. Obs.
I enjoyed it, and I would probably watch it again. I'll probably buy the Blu-ray when it comes out. And
Okay, well, hopefully it has Voodoo, then I can watch it when you upload it. But
Sure, I don't know why I wouldn't.
but
I don't know. I can't think of other shit. I was trying. There was other things that I was thinking about.
and just
I
kind of
don't
the
know.
whole thing with the ship just being the spectacle, and I guess yeah, if you don't look, it'll just go away. But
Yeah, exactly. That Simpsons episode. Yeah, if you don't look at it.
If you don't give it power.
Yeah. Nobody's put that thing together yet. The just don't look. Just don't look.
With Nope, oh man, you're right. You made that cut.
Yeah.
but is that gonna be it? Is that our final thoughts on this movie?
I think so.
Yeah.
So gets an odds and ends shaky recommendation.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
that'll work.
You'll enjoy your time.
Or you can gripe about it with Augie.
Yeah, or gripe about it. Either way,
It was a fun movie. Check it out.
yeah, way better than Thor.
Uh,
That movie
Thor's
was,
Thor's the greatest movie that's ever been made.
that movie was rough.
No, I don't watch superhero movies. I don't want that to be. I don't want a rumor to get started that I watch superhero movies.
You know, you watch them all and you have it all
No.
collected. And
So
Super's the collector
I
briefcase.
want all the fans out there to know that I don't watch superhero movies. All right. They're
I
not
actually
cine-
watched the Batman. That was really good, actually.
If Martin Scorsese is listening, they're not Cinema Marty. All right.
You
So I
mean
don't
Martin
want
Scorsese?
to listen to odds in it. Yeah, he does.
No, I mean I know he does. Obviously, I'm
Hmm.
saying, do you think like he just sits in his house alone, like puts on like Captain America, and like, yeah, it's for me, it's for Marty.
Don't even joke about Martin Scorsese. Even
That's what he does.
no, fuck that.
That's what he does on his giant couch that
No.
Goodfellas bought him. Only the couch. That's all I bought him.
Goodfellas bought him the couch. What the hell?
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, that's it.
All right.
He didn't get a good percentage off Goodfellas.
Yeah. So what did Taxi Driver get him?
A taxi driver got him like the house.
All right. Raging Bull of the pool.
Yeah, the pool.
All right.
Nicholas, if you don't mind, if you can see us out.
Thank you for listening to this. If you made it to the end, man, kudos to you. I don't know what you're doing. If you're doing laundry, cool. If you listen to this intently, just bravo. Leave a comment if you made it all the way to the end. I really want to know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed Nope if you saw it. And if you did, I hope you got something out of this commentary because we pretty much went through the whole fucking movie. Again, what did you think the alien represented? A giant vagina? The
Yep.
whore that is Hollywood? God? The spectacle of movies and what we try to capture to make meaning of our lives that are gone in the blink of an eye? Or was it just a summer blockbuster? You tell us in the comments below. It's been me, Nickolas Zombie, joined Augie the Froggy,
Hey.
and Obsolete 2003.
Yo.
And thank you. Good night. Bye. Just don't look.
Just don't look.